Hello Dream Team! Dreamklub here, and welcome to space. This is a new game. It came out today on Steam. It's called Steelaris, and it's made by Paradoz Interactive. And this is a company I'm heavily invested in. Actually, that much invested that I've actually bought shares of the company, so I'm technically invested in this company. But the reason why is that I'm a huge fan of their strategy games, and since this game is completely brand new, I want to get on the bandwagon, of course, and record some of this brand new title and see if we are able to conquer a galaxy. But let's look around a bit. So behind me here is new game. So my first idea was, of course, to start to mess around with the human race, and that we should lead the humans out in space. But it's sort of a bit boring, ain't it? I'm not sure. I mean, it's not boring, but we feels very invested in the human race. We are the human race, so. We're going to create something new. Partly because I want to try to create a race, and partly because fun. So create a new empire. We're going to select this. Okay, here we have the humans, indirect democracy. I'm not super into that. So let's see. Oh God, we have a lot of races to choose from. So these are the mammals, basically. The mammalien. So let's see what we have. So we have the humans. Look pretty pissed. We got some kind of space a monkey with 4 eyes, maybe? I'm not sure. This guy, he looks pretty pissed. I wouldn't mess with him, but I like his coat. His coat's pretty badass. But it looks like a llama. It's a space llama. And here is a space horse. It's a very ugly horse. It's more like a space hyena, I would say. Maybe. Are we going to play space hyenas? Is this a female? Shit. If I click, can I get... Oh, I can choose. So if we choose male, well, they aren't very different. I must say, they look very similar, that specific species. But I'm not sure what's end there. Look, we can be space cats. Should we be space cats? I want to be space cats, but not in this playthrough. This is going to be the first playthrough. We're going to experiment a lot just to learn the game. It's a space... I don't even know what that's called. Tapir? I don't know. Swedish, I would say tapir, but I'm not sure. It looks like one of those animals that eat ants with their nose. This is a space hog. It's a space hog. That could be the first playthrough, guys. Maybe we could be space hogs. That sounds pretty cool. This looks a bit like a koala. Space koalas. Look at that guy. He's flat. I don't like it. It looks like his head is squashed. Space foxes. Oh my god, they're adorable. No comments. Look at those eyebrows. He can cut his own hair with his eyebrows. That's pretty cool. Why would you need so many eyes? Seems a waste. Look at the mustachios. Well, let's look. Ew. This guy looks evil. We might make an evil race, maybe? No. Ah, it's a flying monkey dude. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. These are the reptilians. I mean, this is amazing. Look how many species we can choose from. This is the fungus. And this... yeah, the blob. Nope. We're not going to steal that. The Paradox Interactive, they have live streamed and they use this character and they have been searching for friendship through space. Look at this. It's pretty scary. What is this? This is like insects, sort of. Insectoids, something. Look at that one. Really scary. I feel like there are going to be multiple playthroughs of this game. We're going to create different species and we're going to do different things. But, you know, these are really insects though. What are this? I'm not sure what they are sort of breed, but still. Anyway, these are birds. I've decided for the first playthrough we're going to be the Space Hogs. So this is the guy we're going to be. Name. Space Hog. Plural. Space Hogs. Adjective. Generate something. Space Hog. Sure. I'm fine with this. So, now we've named the species. They're Space Hogs. What name types do Space Hogs use? I could never say any of these names. I can say these names because they're humans, so that's a good thing. But I'm not sure. Huh. This one would work. I think this could work. I sort of like these as well. I think we're going to be with a mammalian. We're going to rename everything anyway. Why bother? No, we're going for this. This looks easy to do. Boom. Traits. Okay, now we're going to choose some traits for our species, and since we're Space Hogs, this works like that. We have 2 points left, and we can pick. We have picks for trait picks left. We can pick for 4. We can pick 4 more traits, okay? But we only have 2 points. So some of these are making us lose points, but they are also giving us some bad traits. Like this one, habitability. Basically, it's really hard to adapt to anything. So the Space Hogs can only live in one type of planet, and it makes the game a bit harder. Rapid breeders, you know, expand quickly. Slow breeders, I don't know. Talented, we would lose both points immediately if I have them talented, but the leader skills would be +1 immediately. Quick learners, that would be 1 point. So basically, when it says a minus point here, basically you get another point to spend, and you can have as many as 4 traits. Nomadic, they never really settle down, but that's nah. What it is? They don't like to leave home. It's like, no, they're like my mother. She doesn't like to leave home. Solitary. Remember, this species tends to be solitary and territorial. often becomes agitated in the crowded conditions. We're going to take that because space hogs, they don't... we don't like people, no. So that's how they feel about everybody. They're like, man, we don't like people. Decadent. Nope. Resilient. Members of this species are physically resilient and like to and will fight like enraged broad mothers to defend their world. That is a pretty cool trait. I'm going to take that. This is you cannot be solitary and communal. That doesn't fit each other. So what can we do more? They're strong. Yes, strong. Gives us more minerals. That's good. I like that. Quick learners. Experience gain. I like experience gain. That seems like a cool idea. Adaptive. We don't have the point for that. Natural engineers. I mean, we only have 1 point, and we can only pick one more trait. So we're going for quick learners, I think, and gain that leader experience gain. Boom. Sweet. Okay, next thing. Choose sex. Give me a random name. Jargim, then Prim. No need for more vocals in that situation. Jargrim, then Prim. That's what he's going to be called. I don't know what den though. It doesn't work for me. So Jargrim Prim. That's the leader, I guess. That's the starting ruler. Phenom type, color variants. Oh, we can choose to color a species. So we're space hogs. We can go with gray. What clothes do we use? That looks pretty cool. I say that is the type of solitaire, pretty easy to agitate people. But hairstyles, they only have one hairstyle because they have the full entire clothes thingy, coat. Okay, cool. So we're apparently done with that. We're going to start fixing with a homeworld then. So this is how this works. This is important if you're going to try this game. If the homeworld you choose are going to be the homeworld that your species are going to enjoy more than something else. So for example, if you take a continental world, it's a rocky, nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere, active and stable, hydrosphere, great landmass, blah 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 blah. It's basically Earth, but on the opposite trait of that, you would have an arid world, a dry world, like this lack of water, and it's not very pleasant. So if you have one species that lives on this type of planet, they would hardly be able to survive on this planet. So if you would establish a colony on an arid planet, your people would be pissed. So that's not a good idea. Here's an ocean world. It's basically they live in oceans and like that. Arctic world, they live in the cold and frozen world, and they would never be able to live in the desert world. So basically the opposite planet here is where you see how things are, like dry, arid, continental, tundra. It's these type of stuff. So we would have a tropical world, we would have a tundra world. It's like hard and rocky. I think hogs sort of could live in the tundra world. I think that could be a good thing. Should we go for tundra world? Yeah, let's go for it. They prefer tundra. So they will be tundra habitability, Arctic habitability, arid habit. So basically, if by choosing tundra, they can live in an arid world, a dry world. They can also live in an Arctic world, and they would have 60%. But they've had a really hard time living in ocean world, but they can do it. Both desert and ocean worlds are possible, but they cannot take continental worlds or tropical worlds. It's just too hot for them. They wouldn't enjoy it. Basically that. I'm going to go with Tundra World. Why not? So the world is called not that. No. Rupa. I can take Rupa, it's fine. What is the star going to be called? We're going to name the star. I mean, it doesn't have to have the same name. I mean, our planet's called Earth, and the sun is called Sun. So we can call it Pool. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Rupa around in the star system of Pool. Yep. Starting solar system. What is this? Randomizing solar system layout. Yeah, we're going to go with random. I think you can choose pre-designed solar system. For instance, our solar system is there. It's called the Sol system, and you can actually find that in space. So that's pretty cool. You can like find Earth, and humanity can live there in different stages. So they can be like in the Bronze Age, or they can have annihilated themselves in nuclear war. It's really cool. But we are going to go for random because we don't want anything like that. So this is the mammalian city type. It's a bit bland. This thing looks cooler. It's apparently the reptilian style. And this is some of the insect type. This is even more insect. I would say these guys are going to live in this type. I'm going to take that one because I think it looks cool. Now we're going to choose the government and ethics. This is pretty cool stuff. They are working the same as with the planets. So for example, if we have fanatic militarists, on the opposite side you have fanatic pacifists. So basically they would be refusing to be in any form of war, while these guys would be like, war is the greatest thing ever. I love it. So that's pretty cool. On the other hand, they have really hard time getting into an alliance. So if you just go with militarists, you still have something negative for the alliance, but only 50%. This is 100% minus. That's not positive. You can also be spiritual, so basically, you know, a very spiritual world. I don't want to do that. So we have xenophobic. Any alien influence must be ruthlessly squashed. I'd really like that. I'd like that. I would be open to other species, but I would conquer them. So let's say we have a militaristic view, and can we have? Basically, here we have the collectivists, so they only care about the collective, and here they only care about themselves. Can I? So basically, here we have a people that they care mostly about the Horde. That's what they care about. It's them versus nothing. And what we can choose is a despotic empire, or a military dictatorship. Those are the two. So that's interesting. I can't choose anything else with this setup. Can I? No, I can't. I would say despotic empire sounds cool. It gives us a minus in building cost. Slave mineral output. I can choose to have slavery. And slave food output. So slavery would be good for this type of people. In this case, naval capacity is better and ship upkeep is cheaper. Okay, we are a military dictatorship then, because that would be useful. So, naval capacity, it's how many warships you can have in your fleet. So if we can have 20% more war fleet, that's pretty good. Also, every ship is 5% cheaper to keep running. That's pretty sweet. Now we're going to see, we're going to have an empire name. Can you randomize it? You can, but nothing shows up. It's going to be the Empire. But we're militaristic, we're not an empire though. But we can still, we can be an empire, just that we have a military dictator now. We're going to be the, oh god, the Iron Horde. Adjective. Horde. Oh god. The Iron Horde. I think that's a pretty sweet name. Okay, now we can design a flag. And you can choose a color for that. So we have a lot of stuff here. And we see the flag over here, it's pretty cool. What's good for the Horde? Nope. Nope. That could be a good thing. This one looks pretty cool. Huh. That's a pretty cool symbol as well. Everything is cool. I just have to make a decision here. So this is going to be the thing. It looks like devil's wings or something. What do we want? Primary colors. I think this looks pretty cool, but I want to see what else do we have. I wonder if this is a bug that everything is brown right now. Because as you move around, the colors are displayed wrongfully. I think this is a bug, and somebody should tell somebody about it because it's weird. Anyway, I want to go with this. It's poopy though with the brown, I don't like it. So if we find, I don't like this thing. That is good enough. I want that. Boom. Okay, now we can see starting weapons. What sort of weapons do we focus on? All the weapons have different plus and minuses basically. So what we have here is projectile weapons, and it's a massive amount of small projectiles that bombard the enemy. Now, if you have, it have a high efficiency to chew through shields with these, but it doesn't really break through the strong armor that well. So that's a problem. We have space-to-space missiles armed with nuclear warheads. Missiles have excellent range, but they are vulnerable to interception by point defense systems. So if you have point defense, they can take out the missiles. But hey, then we have energy weapons, and they're lasers basically. They are really effective. Armor. If you have a heavy armored ship, they will just eat that up. But on the other hand, they are not that effective against shields. I'm going to go with missiles though, because these guys sending nuclear missiles at the enemies feels like their thing. Okay, here we have 3 types of travel. And since I'm a new player, I'm going to go with warp drive. But basically what it is that they are 3 different types to travel faster than light. So if you have warp drive, it's basically you fly around like normal, and it's pretty slow. But if you have hyperspace, you have to follow hyperspace lines, because if you don't, you would crash into a star and burn. So that's not a good idea. Therefore, they have to follow specific lines in space, and that's pretty cool. And it's really fast. But it's not really good in the long run, I feel, to be stuck with that as a new player. And for advanced players, is that you can have wormholes, and they're basically tunnels through space, but you have to build them with wormhole stations. And those stations go forward and back, and they're pretty good, but I have no idea if it works at this state. So right now we're going to keep warp drive because we are new player. Now we have to choose a type of ship. And I feel like these guys, they could use this type of ship. It would be sort of their thing. But this looks more like them though. Anthropod ship. Yeah, we're going with those. It feels like they are flying around in these type of things and just shoot nuclear missiles at people. That's basically how I feel. These people, they don't really like anybody else. They are like, we want to be left alone. Keep out of my way. So that I like this. So the Iron Horde is going to start at the planet of Rupa, and you know, I will save them because I sort of like them, and we will go. Now I have to choose a galaxy. A medium size is 600 stars. You can choose with iron spiral, elliptical, ring. I sort of want to keep it to elliptical, I think. How you can go all the way up to 1,000 stars. That is pretty awesome. We're going to put up 1,000 stars. We're going to have a little bit less, and I'm going to reduce the amount of empires. Not, well, you know, with a huge map, it's still awesome, but hey. What is this? This controls which method of faster than light travel that can be chosen by regular empires. No, any, I don't care. Well, we're going in for this. The reason why we reduced empires is that space will be crowded in the end, but I don't really, since I'm solitary, I don't really care about them, and I don't want to be interrupted too much while I'm learning the game. So I think that's good. Oh yeah, here we have apparently advanced. You can decide to make the game unbalanced by having some people start earlier than you and be more advanced and stuff. I sort of want to reduce that, but I like the idea. So we're going to have 4 species that are advanced starters, and we're going to have 18 in general. I think that would be good. I think this might take a while to load, but let's see how it turns out. Look at our planet. It didn't take at all long to load, so that's pretty awesome. The Iron Horde, military dictatorship. So, in the Ions, since the first primitive space hogs communities took shape in the windy plains of Rupa, our civilization has spread and prospered. Countless nation states formed as we advanced through our technological ages, warring against each other until only one remained. Although the fighting was often brutal, those who survived nurtured a martial tradition that have prevailed to this day. Now, after a successful creation of several experimental subsurban fields, the finest minds of the Iron Horde have finished developing the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Sweet. So here is the Horde that we are going to play with. And it has the Tundra preference. They are quick learners. They are strong. They are resilient. And they are also solitary. So they are a military Horde, that's for sure. Fanatic collectivists, they care about the Horde. And they are militaristic. Sweet. Let's begin.
Marshal. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence developed under utmost secrecy by the military. High Command has activated me to serve as your advisor and strategic analyst.
I'm going to choose full tutorial because I have no idea. I have an idea how the game works, but...
An excellent decision. You will have my full support. Building a star empire can be a daunting task. To help get things started, I will be providing instructional missions that cover the basic steps necessary to establish ourselves as a successful interstellar power.
Okay, thank you. This is our planet. We have a moon here. That's pretty cool. So, what are we going to do? First mission is to fully survey our home system. Yep, enter the situation log to access it. Okay, so basically, this is our spaceport.
The spaceport tab is where we view orbiting fleets, build new ships, and upgrade the station itself. If a planet has no spaceport, we can order the construction of one, if we have the necessary resources.
Thank you. So, this is our Explorer, the science ship.
This is our science ship, which is used to survey astronomical objects such as planets in a star system. A planet needs to be surveyed in order to make its resources visible.
So, as our friend the robot voice just said, we're going to have to survey our entire star system. So if I click here, survey system, and he's going to map out a plan for how he can do this. So yeah, I guess that's a good thing to get started. We have to choose some research as well.
The technology screen is where we will be directing our research efforts. Technologies are categorized into 3 different fields, with each field typically having 3 available research options.
Sounds pretty good. So you get randomly selected a few different things you can research, and what we of course as a militaristic society probably wants to get the military pretty quickly, but I would say that we want science and development as well. So I'm going to go with this, survey speed, because we are going to survey a lot. So the quicker we can do that, the better. Looking here, we have we're going to do some society research, and this is affecting our people in general. So here, for example, we can develop planetary unification. So if people are pissed, we can have propaganda to unite the people. That's pretty good. We can also have a biolab. I'm not sure what the biolabs are doing. That sounds pretty good. It's basic science stuff. But here we have a colony ship. So I guess we're going to start with colony ships, because why not? We are the Horde. Here are some ship designs stuff, and I think we're going to go with nanocomposite armor, because we are militarists and we need armored ship. So that's pretty cool. Now let's get the time flowing a bit. Now wait a second, can you do something?
This is our construction ship, which is used to construct space stations. When an astronomical object, such as a planet, has been surveyed, we can order this ship to build a research station or a mining station to exploit any resources it may have.
So basically we can't do anything with it right now, that's what you're saying.
Military fleets are used to protect our emerging empire from threats, or to expand our glorious rule through force of arms, if we so wish.
So here are our spaceships. Currently we have 3 corvettes, There are different types of ships that can be developed. There are destroyers, there are dragonauts, I think, and there are battleships. Currently we only have the corvettes, and we are going to have to get science to develop the other ones. I'm not sure they can do anything specific. I can tell them to go to places, but it doesn't really help me. I think I'm going to like not disband them, but like, you guys just hang out around here. Don't do anything specific. Okay, I think that's good. We're going to put up some speed while we are doing some research. We have scanned our moon, and now we're scanning our sun. Cool. Often referred to as a yellow dwarf, the G-type of stars actually range in color from white to slightly yellow. Sweet. Well, it's a typical sun, and it has nothing special for us. For what we know, our moon is uninhabitable. But let's have a look on our planet, actually. Here we go. We have plenty of energy, and I must say we have decent amount of minerals to start the world. This is our ruler. Where can we mess around with the Empire?
The Empire screen lists the planets of our Empire, with leaders and the different factions in separate tabs. It also lets us create and manage sectors.
Sweet. Well, we're not going to mess around because we don't have anything right there right now. We don't have any contacts, but let him explain what it is.
In the contact screen, we see a detailed list of all the various empires we have encountered. Their opinions of us are visible at a glance, and we can quickly and easily engage in diplomacy.
Absolutely. Ship designer.
All the ships in use within our empire are designed here. New hull sizes and components will be unlocked as we research new technologies.
Yep. And technology, we already have discovered technology. So I think we're going to stop there right now. This is the first episode. I hope you have enjoyed. We're going to continue the exploration of our solar system, and as we are currently looking into this planet, that's a small moon actually. I'm pretty sure it might not detect anything. Oh my god, a molten lava world. It'll be interesting to see what we can find there. But we have to wait for the next episode, so I hope you have enjoyed so far. Come back and see the next episode of Steelaris. For the Horde!